See this right here? This is pure propaganda. Upon me pulling up into Walmart this evening, I ran into a Hebrew Israelite. I'm not calling no names. But this is what they do to lure people in. They play on black people emotions, you understand, about how we're being treated in the world. And they present this. This is their propaganda template. So you look in here, you see stuff about slavery, about the dollar bill, the Edomites, and blah, blah, blah. And you know, their go-to scripture is, what's that right there? Deutoronomy 28:15. Let's go there. 28:15. Let me just go there real quick. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe all his commandments and his statutes, that I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake thee. Stop right there. Okay. First of all, words have power. Black people got to stop saying they're cursed. You know, these guys, how should I say this? They're like Christians 2.0. They don't have a spiritual bone in their body. They don't understand they don't even know who the Most High is, to be honest. Like the Most High, the invisible one. You know, I don't know what these guys is worshiping, but they don't understand the pleroma. And they play on black people emotions. They always bring out the Deuteronomy 28. Of course, you see it right here on the front of the flyer, 28:15, 28:48. They love for you to go to Deuteronomy 28 and you see all these things in 28 and you be like, okay, damn, that's why black people ain't getting ahead. That's why. But you got to understand there's other people in the world outside of black people that's doing bad too. So what makes you think this ain't already came to pass, or this is about present day black people? And I'm gonna show you why. Let's go to 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest, throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. This is important. Which, right there, which the Lord thy God have given thee. Not nobody else have given thee, but the land the Lord thy God have given thee. So let's go here. What land did God give the Israelites? God promised Abraham, who had just arrived in Canaan, to his offspring he will give this land. Canaan. West Africa is not Canaan. West Africa is not Canaan. West Africa is West Africa. Let's just pull up a scripture here. Let's read it. Then the Lord appeared to Abraham and said to his offspring, I will give this land. So he built there an altar to the Lord who had appeared to him. Let's go here. Genesis 15. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abraham, saying, to your offspring, I give this land, from the river in Egypt, that's important, the river in Egypt, the Nile, from there to the river Euphrates. Euphrates is in Iraq. From Iraq to Egypt, that land right there is promised to the Israelites. Not West Africa, not East Africa, not South Africa. But see, if you don't read this stuff, you'll get trapped up in this propaganda right here to get you every freaking time. If you just go on your emotions, you'd be like, oh man, you know what? And I'm gonna tell you what gets a lot of people in. The outwardly appearances. When you see these guys with their little fringes on and their robes and stuff, y'all just get mesmerized. Oh God, look, that's crazy. Let me show you something. If you really believe in this Bible, let me show you something real quick. We'll come back to this. Let's go to 1 Samuel. They don't understand the different heavens. They only think there's one God when there's many gods. So they're just Christians 2.0. And they pushing this thing like black people are cursed. And you gotta stop doing that. Black people are not cursed. We are not cursed. And you gotta be some kind of fool to believe this. That we are cursed. They playing on black people emotions. See this? The mask around the neck of slaves. So if they trying to escape, they running through the woods. This thing here get hung up on trees and whatnot. All of this, they playing on people's emotions. Then this down here, they talking about these are the 12 tribes: Judah, African blacks, Benjamin, West Indians, and Levi, Haitians, blah, blah, blah. All that is a bunch of rubbish. Let's go up in here again. This is witchcraft. If you see these guys passing out this, don't take this shit. Because a lot of you guys are easily to be influenced. And you don't want to start reading this thing because you're going to be going down the wrong freaking rabbit hole. Like I said, 1 Samuel 16:7. But the Lord said to Samuel, look not at his catons. That means his outside. Or on the height of his statue, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh at the outwardly appearance. And that's true. You guys get caught up on outwardly appearance. But the Lord looketh at the heart. And humans don't do that anymore. A lot of us is just outwardly appearances. Whether it's clothes, whether it's mates, y'all just go by appearances instead of going by people's heart. Let's read this again. But the Lord said to Samuel, look not on his catons or the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man seeth on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. This is gonna get y'all. Y'all gotta stop this shit. Let me finish up before my battery give out. Okay, we back on 28. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I'm gonna go through this quick. All right, we're gonna go back to 52. And he shall seize thee in all thy gates until thy high and fence wall come down, wherein thou trusteth. You trusted your high wall and fence throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege, keyword besiege, two times right there, right here. Besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. How is this the transatlantic slave trade? The slave trade was exactly that, a trade. The white man didn't come on in West Africa besieging anything. He didn't siege no one. He didn't besiege nothing, nowhere. It was a trade. It's two different things. Besiege and trade. Okay, let's go to 53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body. Where is it recorded that slaves was eating their kids and eating their own freaking flesh off their body? And the flesh of thy sons and the flesh of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God had given thee in the siege, in the straitness, wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee. Okay, let's see where the siege took place at. Answer, Babylon captivity. The Babylon captivity or exile refers to the time Israel history when Jews was taken into captivity by Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon. It's an important period in biblical history because both captivity and exile and the return and restoration of the Jewish nation were fulfillments of Old Testament properties. Fulfillment of Old Testament properties. Let's keep reading. God used Babylon. Right here. Right here. God used Babylon as his agent of judgment against Israel for the sins of idolatry and rebellion against him. There were actually several different times during the period of 607 to 586 BC when the Jews were taken into captivity by Babylon, with each successive rebellion against Babylon rule. Nebuchadnezzar would lead his armies against Judah until they laid siege to Jerusalem. Not slave trade, but siege to Jerusalem for over a year, killing many people and destroying the Jewish temple, taking captive many thousands of Jews and leaving Jerusalem in ruins. That's it. I don't need to say anything else. Stop with this bullshit saying black people are cursed. Deuteronomy 28 don't have nothing to do with us. That prophecy is fulfilled. Okay, we back at Lamentations now, okay? I'm going to connect Lamentations 4 through 10, verse 4 through 10. I'm going to connect it back to Deuteronomy 28, okay? Let's get into it. Boom. Lamentations 4, like they do, verse 4. The tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the root of his mouth. For thirst, the young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. The kids are hungry. The city is under siege. Just like in Deuteronomy 28, siege, the place getting siege. Not by Englishmen, but by the Babylonians in 586 BC. Verse 5. They that did eat delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in a scarlet embrace dunghills. So some was eaten and the others was eating dunghills, means waste, human feces. Verse 6, for the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people, that's the Hebrew God talking, the punishment of Judah is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom. So the things that the people of Israel, the people of Judah was doing was more than what the people of Sodom did. So they received greater punishment. That was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her. Okay, verse 7. Hold on, where you going? Her Nazarites was purer than snow. They were whiter than milk. They were more ruddy in the body than rubies. Their polishing was of sapphire. He talking in allegory. The Hebrew God talking in allegory here is telling you how polished the Israelites were. They was polished. They was doing their thing. They was keeping the commandments. Okay, verse 8. Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered. It is become like a stick. That says it all right there. So the people are starving. Your skin is sticking to that, no more fat between the bones and the skin. They're getting skinny. They're starving. Verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they be slain with hunger. So it's best to be slain with the sword than die of hunger. That's how bad it was during the siege. For these pine away, stricken through for want of fruit of the field. Verse 10, I'm going to stop here. The hands of the pitiful woman have sodden her own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Okay, and we're going to get some clarity on this verse 10. So we're going to jump over here to the Bible Hub. Lamentations 4:10. We're going to read different translations here, okay? Because we need clarity on this. We need clarity. King James Version. That's what all you black folks, y'all love this. Y'all love that version right there. The hands of the compassionate woman have cooked their own children. They became food for them in the destruction of the daughter of my people. These people was eating their own freaking kids. And okay, we're going back in. We're going back in. Like I said, the King James Version of Lamentations 4:10. The hand of the pitiful woman have sodden her own children. They are her meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Okay, let's look at the Berean Standard Bible Version. The hands of the compassionate woman have cooked their own children, who became their food in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Now, Lamentations, you can Google this, you can research it. This is the Babylonian siege of Judah. It's the Babylonian siege of Judah. Let's go back. Deuteronomy 28:53. Let's look at this. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons and thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee in the siege. In the siege and in the straitness wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee. And that's it. I digress from here. That's all I got. I mean, what else what more can I say? What more can I say? That's it. This is rubbish right here. And on that note, Ola Ola. Till tomorrow. Peace.